Hello and welcome to our webinar. Today we're going to talk about something very exciting. You're going to be seeing the world's first AI autonomous agent that can derive text to full immersive experiential solutions. And without further ado, we're going to get started. Before that, just a few minutes about what you're going to see. First, you're going to understand a little bit about how this works, what we call the 5 pillars. Then we're going to do a live demo. So you're going to experience this firsthand. Third, we're going to talk about the value, what's in it for you. And we can also provide you a concrete offer. If you stay until the end of this webinar, you're going to get an opportunity for a grant. We talk about quite a lot, significant investment from our side. And last but not least, you're going to get the special invitation to Singapore, to EON Experience Fest. Okay, let's get going. So first, let's talk about the 5 pillars.
In a world parched for knowledge, EON Reality emerges as a wellspring of innovation. We're at the forefront of a revolution in knowledge transfer, pioneering the transformative AI autonomous agent-driven text to XR conversion. Picture this, a world where you can learn, train, and perform in the most efficient manner ever conceived. That world is not a distant dream, it's your reality, courtesy of EON Reality. Our novel AI system, EON AI Ready, is an extraordinary leap in technology. It effortlessly converts text into immersive XR experiences in mere seconds. But that's not all. We're offering you a chance to stand on the shoulders of giants. With EON Reality, you gain access to the world's most extensive spatial AI knowledge repository. Our global network knows no bounds, spanning across more than 80 countries. United, we're constructing the future of education and professional development. Our strategic prowess is undeniable. With a staggering $276 million in customer contracts, we've proven our resilience and vision. In conclusion, EON Reality is the key to transcending learning, training, and performance boundaries. We're not just shaping the future, we're living it. The future is now with EON Reality.
Okay, so that short video kind of spilled the beans a little bit what we're going to see. But let's talk a little bit about a problem. It's indisputable that this is a very efficient way to learn and train. I guess nobody's questioning that a pilot learns better from a simulator than watching a YouTube video when he has to learn how to land during an emergency procedure. Same thing applies for nursing and many of the activities we need to learn. But here's the problem. Over the last 25 years, it's been very difficult to create this content, very expensive. And today we have cracked that nut. Let's have a look. So what we're going to see is text from a course. In this case, it's a course about oil and gas. We get only text. We see these headlines and we see this description, nothing else. And our AI autonomous agent will take that text and convert it to a full extended reality experience. Let's continue. So first, let's talk a little bit about speed. It literally takes seconds to convert one lesson. And you can see it here. We took the PDF. We brought that PDF into EON. It identified the 450 different courses. And bing salabim, here we go. Here are the courses. And what's interesting to remark is that, for example, gas lift was done at 508.54, while furnace was done at 508.52, just 2 seconds creation time. So that's pretty impressive. Now, of course, some of you will ask, okay, that's in terms of quantity and speed. What about the quality? What is created inside? Let's have a look. So you can see here that I'm selecting oil field, which was the first course created. And everything you're going to see inside here is created by artificial intelligence. The models, the environments, the avatar.
Hello. This is an experience about oil field electricity, electrified equipment. The procedure of oil field electricity. Electrified equipment involves several
So you
components.
can see here that what we refer to as knowledge portals, those pictures, images, videos, text describes and provides you the lesson. Even the 3D model that you see here has been generated with support of AI. Even the environment that you see here has been also generated the same way. But we don't stop there. We also use this for certification assessment
Energy
quizzes.
losses.
Let's
The
have a
primary
listen.
information ratio.
So we see here the purpose of a generator.
Which component of a transformer is responsible for transferring electrical energy from one coil to another?
So in minutes, we went from text to full immersion. The impact of this is enormous. While for the last few years, EON boasted the fact that we have more than 36 million 3D assets, we now, just in a few months, have created the world's largest repository of knowledge for spatial AI. And this is spanning across the world. So, for example, I'm right now in Austria, about here, and you can see that applications are done in all these locations. We're going to talk more about this later, but we do have references from across the world in this context. So we can, I'll share that with you in a second. Now, as a part of this, just to demonstrate a little bit the size, over the last few years, EON has generated more than $276 million in contracts and in cash from customers across the world, whether it's here in Europe, Asia, or North or South America. Okay. So that sounds interesting, but you can see this curve. I really like this because it depicts the enormous progression we've seen in the last few years. So if we met 2018, to create one application would have taken us 3 days, up to 30 days. In 2019, 3 hours. In 2022, 30 minutes. And in 2024, 0 minutes. It's done by AI. Okay. Many of you say this sounds a bit too good to be true, so let's do a demo. So I'm going to demonstrate one of the 10 products we call AI Ready. And here we go. I'm going to sign in. And just as a precursor, because I'm in the Alps and I'm on a very slow connection, it will take a little longer than normal, but you'll still enjoy this. So let's go first. We go to Create. And we click on course catalog, and then we click on import. And now what we need is a course catalog that has been created, basically text from various locations. So I'm going to select this one from South Africa. So you can see here, very small, but you can still see that's 10 titles for courses. So I give it very limited information, and I start to upload. So lessons about different things that are a gap in South Africa with respect to knowledge. And now it has digested those 10 courses. You can see here Introduction to Software Development, Renewable Energy, Cloud Computing. And you can see that there's 2 options. One is AI Ready Lite, and that is a very fast way to create this. And the other one is called AI Ready Complete. And that is a complete way to do it. It takes a little longer, but no human intervention. So we're going to do 9 AI Ready Lights and 1 AI Ready Complete. And we're going to save this, and now it's going to build it. It will take you a few minutes. And meanwhile, let me explain a little bit more detail around this. So when I say AI Ready Light, oops, already done. When I say AI Ready Light, what's happening is that you actually go inside and the avatar creates it for you, and you can say yes or no. So let's view my courses. That was very fast. And you can see here Internet of Things, digital marketing, blockchain, artificial intelligence, and also renewable energy. So why don't we try renewable energy? And as I already mentioned, this is done in AI Ready Lite. So we're now going to go inside and see what AI does, the agent, how it works step by step.
Choose an AI persona to shape the tone and style of the content we will generate for you in the later stages.
So the first thing we have to do is to select how we want this lesson to be created. Is this lesson for K-12 or primary school, or is it for university? Let's say this is for college and TVET.
Hi, I will answer your questions tailored for college and TVET students.
Okay, so I'll have to tap here. I have my avatar, and now he's going to start working for us. The first thing he does, he picks up an image, and we can see here we have plenty to choose from. So I'll select this one with the sunshine. I think that's beautiful. So if I had selected AI Ready Complete, I wouldn't have to select anything. It will do everything for me. But now we will actually peek inside the magic and see what AI is doing. So based on this anchor thumbnail or image, it starts breaking down renewable energy. So you will learn, it will build for us what is renewable energy consisting of. This is what we refer to as knowledge portals. So let's have a look. Geothermal energy, energy storage, grid integration. And you see the blue line?
Renewable energy technologies.
Let's listen in first.
Involve harnessing energy from natural resources like solar power, capturing sunlight, wind power, utilizing wind turbines, hydropower, generating electricity from flowing water.
So if I let it continue and I click continue, it will build the whole thing for me step by step. But just even in the first primitive step, let's take grid integration. We can see here there's a video around grid integration. There's a text, there is images. And if I click on the text,
Grid integration involves connecting renewable energy sources like solar.
So that's what's happening there. But now let's say we say continue. I can click now.
Select subtopic to search for 3D model or image.
And interest of your time, I will skip that. And I will.
Here are some additional activities you can do. Add more objects, assessments, and annotations. Try out some quizzes or chat with the AI to explore the subject further.
Yeah. So we'll end the wizard here and we will stop because I don't have time to show you all the steps. And instead, I will save it. I like what I received already. I call it sustainable energy and I exit. So those are the simple steps. Now, believe it or not, already this lesson is an experience now on my workspace, a full experience. You can see here, renewable energy created at this hour. So now the fun starts because I can experience this on any device. And you see here, I hold my phone. So this is what, 8 billion people plus are using today. So it's cool to have that device, but it's not limited to that. You can use it on your tablet. You can use it on your, Mac if you have that PC, headsets, what have you. And we're going to do three things. Number one, we're going to edit the lesson. Let's say you look at a lesson, you want to add something extra. We can do that. Second, we're going to actually look at the lesson from a student perspective. And we're going to experience that lesson and undergo also a little quiz. Keep in mind, it's already built a quiz for us and the assessment. Okay. And then we're going to save this and look at the report. So you can see here that I have my workspace. And under the workspace, already the lesson that was created, it says a minute ago, renewable energy. So let's go inside. And let's say I don't know anything about renewable energy. And before I go in, I want to learn a little bit about it. So the system has already generated automatically an AI report that contains tons of videos, text, images, but in this case, geothermal energy, wind power. And I can read this and get prepared before I enter the simulation. Now, this comes also with an essay. And what's beautiful about this is that I can see the references. I can see that, for example, the references, the text, the images, the video, and the 3D comes from various sources. In this case, International Agency for Energy, we have the Hydropower Association. You can also see the lesson plan, the syllabus, and the objectives. So just to create this, I mean, what you're seeing right now in terms of this AI report, before we even enter the simulation, has a tremendous value. In fact, I was talking to a professor the other day, and he said to me, Dan, it takes me 1 month with me and an intern to put together what you guys did there in a minute. And keep in mind, we did 10 lessons, not one. Now, so let's go to the first thing. And now we're going to enter in augmented reality. You're going to see where I'm actually at the moment. You see my left hand, and you can see the lake. I'm in Selam Sea, and today it's a very cloudy day. And by the way, you can see here the Vision Pro, one of the devices that we are engaged with, and also Meta, a device that works seamlessly with EON at the moment. So let's put the avatar here.
Hi. You're in edit mode for renewable energy technologies.
And now
I'm your AI guide. You can ask me anything.
Wind power. So I want to add something here that doesn't exist, just to show how easy it is to edit. And now we are tapping in this wonderful library consisting literally of millions of different assets. And I pick one. You can see here there's multiple things related to wind power. And I'll put the wind power here by my sofa. And I will also test that it works. Wonderful. I could select an environment. I can have done much more, but that's all I want to do for the moment. So with that, I'm exiting. I'm publishing this, and I'm saving it. So now that was very easy to edit, okay? What about the student experience? Now, I can engage students in different ways. One is to start a meeting. So I can share this, I can send them an email, and then they will pop up here. So if I say, for example, I'll invite this person here, that person will pop up in my room as an avatar, and we can walk around. He's holding his phone, let's say in Singapore, and I'm here, and we can engage. The other way to do the same thing is I can send a message to a student, and the student can receive it. We can click here, share, and he or she will then have to conduct this lesson. So let's see how that looks. So here we go.
Hello. This is an experience about renewable energy technologies.
And now it's going to give me the whole
Next,
lesson.
I will explain to you about renewable energy technologies.
But because we know everything about this, we're going to end the instruction and go straight to the certification and assessment.
Renewable energy technologies. Start quiz challenge. Which renewable energy source is the most abundant on Earth?
Yeah, that was easy. Let's do something more difficult. So now,
Start quiz challenge. The timer begins when you press. What is the main component of a wind turbine responsible for converting wind energy into mechanical energy?
that was also pretty easy, rotor. And now let's get a little bit complicated. We're going to do a Jeopardy.
Start Jeopardy challenge. This renewable energy technology harnesses the power of the sun to generate electricity.
Solar power. Okay, so I guess the questions were pretty easy in this case, and we did well. We could have continued, and we can engage with a 3D, we can engage with a 3D environment. All that would have been possible, but obviously in the interest of your time, I'll cut this short. So you can see in mere few minutes, we went from generation of courses, editing, to actually certifying students on that specific topic. Now, keep in mind, we have only scratched the surface. EON has, we saw one of the 10 products. EON has a family of extended reality products and a family of artificial intelligence related products. or what we call spatial artificial intelligence, because it has context and it's located in a 3 dimensions. We address different segments: education, enterprise, and consumer. And for each of these segments, we have multiple assistants in education, in enterprise, and consumer. Now, just to give you some flavor, and I'm not going to go through all the products, but just to see that we scratched the surface, we have a product called Merged XR. And what Merged XR does is a digital twin of your physical environment. So you can actually sync it and get guidance in physical. We also have a product called Spatial Meetings. With a phone or any device, you can join with other people from other locations and immerse yourself in a lesson. We have something we call Metaverse Builder, and as the name implies, you are in a full Metaverse 3D environment. And we also have something called EON Interact, which allows you to build interactions on the fly. Just touch and go. So these are the XR products. We also have artificial intelligence products. We saw one of them, which was the course creator. We have something called Train AI. Train AI allows you to put a whole course material, let's say 600 pages. It learns that material and can respond without any hallucination, which people are always concerned about. So it will know and stick within that topic. Very good if you want to be safe. We do have something called IntelliScan. And IntelliScan,
Welcome to Laguna Beach, a coastal city in Orange County, California,
is a location-based solution that can guide you and assist you and help you in real world. In this case, I let an avatar loose in my work study, and I asked the simple question, what can you see and how help me now to do different tasks? And it walks around and I just follow it. Let's listen in.
The room is brightly lit with natural light from the window. The bookshelf has 3 shelves and is built into the wall. The top left shelf has a yellow book, a picture frame.
It's pretty amazing. It even knew who the persona was that lives in this room. Now, another very exciting application is soft skills. A lot of what you're seeing today is hard skills, right? Mechanical, technical. But what about things like negotiation techniques or hospitality service or product support? We have a solution for that. Let's listen in. So the first thing we're going to do is, because this is a job interview, it generated from text full office environment. And then there's going to be an avatar. They're going to teach us how we conduct an interview. What are the techniques behind it? And then we're going to train. So that's the step 2, where we personally interact with an avatar. And then we're also going to be assessed by an expert. Let's get going.
Test their practical skills and decision-making capabilities. Observation. Interviews.
So here you can see the lesson part. And then let's go to the exciting part, which is the interview.
And I'm excited to discuss how I can contribute to your organization.
Let's explain a little bit about your conflict resolution experience.
Certainly. Throughout my career, I have actively resolved conflicts in various...
Yeah, so this interview goes on for a while. We're not going to go to all the details, but the beautiful thing is that you get an assessment. And in this case, we had 70%.
Detailed report for more information.
And not only do you learn what you did good or what you did wrong, but you also learn how to improve. So this is a very great way to practice. Practice makes perfect. There's a lot of other features, but obviously time doesn't allow us to go through those. EON serves education segments. So we serve enterprise, as I mentioned earlier, and consumer. And this can happen in a virtual campus setting.
Welcome to Virtual Campus with Ava, your portal to endless learning. Embark on a unique journey across.
So this is in a 3D environment where you're guided and you communicate with voice. You don't have to push any buttons. And this works for university, for TVET, for community college, for K-12, even works for your custom academic institution.
Welcome to the Digital Stanford Legacy. I'm Cardinal, your guide. Discover engineering in VR labs.
So this is a very practical way to learn, train, and perform. Now, what happens when we enter to enterprise is that we can actually go on a factory floor. And let's say I don't know how to conduct a specific procedure. And in this case, the avatar is there. I'm just peering through the phone, and it's going to guide us step by step to a procedure, even identify what's wrong with a specific part of equipment. And this is not limited to small things. It can be a whole environment, a factory, a hospital, or not, why not a whole oil and gas facility? You can see this facility here consists literally of thousands of components, and it's all accessible through the phone. I'm actually looking through a phone or a headset at this point. Now, what about something even more exotic? Taking this on board. We all remember the devastating accident that happened with Ethiopian Airlines not long ago, where people were like deer in the lights. They had a mechanical issue and they didn't know what to do. With this system, you can see they have a tablet on the left side here. It actually shows you what to do. So instantly when it happens, and this doesn't have to be in flight. This can be in your living room. You can safely train for the same procedure in that context. Hospitals, they're using this for educating patients that may suffer of anxiety, not knowing what's going to happen during that procedure. We work with hospitals on that. Or why not a beautiful tourist experience in
and
the
was
famous
created by a
Pisa.
sculptor named Giovanni Pisano. The sculpture depicts John the Baptist.
So you can see here a range of application all the way to security. In this case, there's an incident and you call to that incident and you train for that in your neighborhood. This is actually on the phone where we have a whole factory environment served at your disposal. So to summarize, that was what the products. What about the assistants here? Now, if you have costly
Introduction to
let's say you have a robot. You can see here the robot in action. And this system here would cost you probably $1 million plus. Or your hospital.
Robotic surgery
and you want to train robotic
is an advanced
surgery. You
medical
can do
technique
that
errors
again in our
from
environment.
patients.
And you can also interact. Even if you have a phone, we have this chopstick that you can grab things with, and we have an axiometer that tracks that. And of course, this goes to supply management, chemistry, etc. I think we got it. Sometimes the way we learn as humans is to stories and quests. So if you want to learn, let's say,
Books.
forensic
A
science.
specific volume amongst the books on the shelf contains pages with cryptic annotations, aligning with dates and times.
So you have that story about what happened with the forensic analysis, and you have to solve the puzzle, basically. And this can apply for many different things. Even edutainment. Let's say you want to go to visit the Mayan pyramids.
Cave reveals a Mayan tomb.
And you have the whole experience with the Stonehenge. Now, I mentioned a little bit earlier, you saw the avatars. Now we are improving them. So coming this month, we give them lifelike intonations.
EON the boards, AI so witty. Education's new cool and oh so pretty.
You can see it sounds like a human. It's not a human though. And you can see this can have...
Yo, EON XR 9.9, dropping a tech fees.
Okay, so I think you get a point. Another thing that people ask me, can you do expressive movements? Of course, it can walk, it can stand, it can do gestures where you express yourself, run, sway, and much, much more. Okay, now to round up the whole thing, the assistants are not endless, but there are quite a few. We have the educational assistants, and we have the enterprise assistants. So what do we do in enterprise? An example is sales. If you have a complex product and you need to demonstrate it and configure it, you can do that with a sales assistant. If you have something with safety and you want to train someone in occupational safety and health, you can do that with the safety assistant. Okay. Now, one thing that's, I think, quite exciting is that you own what you create, and you can publish it, private, public, or on the marketplace. And on the marketplace, whenever you create something that you own, you get to keep it. And you also can purpose it to make money. For that, we have a marketplace that currently, I think we have about 45 million downloads in total of EON. So a lot of people have downloaded, and you can monetize your creations. I haven't spoken much about language. Everything has been done so far in English, but EON supports 80 plus, I think 85 languages and growing. So let's say I want to choose Turkish. Let's give.
Daha sonraki aşamalarda sizin için üreteceğimiz içeriğin
You notice that everything changed. The text changed, the image changed, the video changed in Turkish. Even the 3D model are selected based on Turkish language or Vietnamese.
我将以上大学或技术和职业教育和培训的学生的方式回答您的问题。
Or Japanese.
Welcome to Scuola Sec.
Or
Architectural
design. Or even Swedish.
Ge symboler som representerar.
So that ability is great. Now, I was talking about stories and quests, so you can also take with a historical person. Let's say Napoleon, a very popular figure nowadays, even the movie. So,
hello, Mr. Bonaparte. Please tell me about the siege of Toulon.
The siege of Toulon, a pivotal moment in my military
and
career.
what's exciting about this is that not only can we tell you about this, but the environment changes our text-to-XR capability. So if I ask him about the crossing of the Alps, he's going to be in a snowy environment. And if I ask him about Waterloo, it's going to be maritime. Okay. So what's in it for you, ultimately? It is a cool technology. I think it's difficult to deny. But what are the concrete benefits for your organization? So I would say, as I already indicated, you can learn faster. Students and workers are more confident to apply, more emotionally connected, more focused. Now, you don't have to take my word. Let's listen to PwC and see what they have to say about this.
We have conducted a study on virtual reality learning. We found learners in VR required less time to learn. They had higher emotional connection to the content, higher confidence, and were less distracted during the training.
Yeah, so those are some of the benefits. And we have actually bottled that information in a report that you can get a copy of. All you have to do is to send us an email and you'll receive this copy. This is a 35-page report with different published information about, for example, how do we know that this has a 70% increase in engagement or 40% in knowledge retention? You have the links here so you can see that. Okay. We even have a return on investment calculator where you can put your data and see how much money you can make or save or benefits you can derive from our solution. And over the years, we have gathered this information from customers. So what we know for sure is what sticks out is 4 things for us. 1, it really transforms education, whether you are an enterprise or if you are, let's say, government or even an academic institution. But another thing that's remarkable is the quality of the training and education is increasing. We've seen return on investment through increased enrollment, retention, satisfaction, engagement. But also, I mentioned earlier that you can build your own IP. So you can create your own digital assets and you own those and you can put them on the marketplace and get the return investment through that. And you can see here that this is being applied from all the communities from Africa to Middle East to Asia, etc. So if you want to learn more about reference, I'm not going to go through that today. I did briefly share with you this channel we have on YouTube where you can see those experiences and hear directly, for example, for Carleton's University, how they benefit. So those are some examples of testimonials and references. Now, to go a little bit more in depth, I'll give you some numbers, right? So Los Angeles Community College used our technology with 97 faculties, creating more than 900 lessons. And this was before we had AI Ready. And here's the value proposition. They reached 79% of faculty indicated that they increased the students' successful completion of learning outcomes. This is a major improvement. University of Business and Technology in Europe, if we move on, they've generated more than 4,000 certified lessons to 16,000 students, and they could see how this impacts education. If we move to Asia, we can see here an application in Malaysia, and there we had an employability rate of 97.2. So this can actually help to generate jobs if you apply the technology, for example, in skills. If we stay in Asia and go to actually Thailand, this is the mayor of a city in Thailand that has used this technology, and they've used it in different courses for K-12 all the way to elder care, and the benefits have been quite tremendous. We've seen here some statistics: 11,000 students rolled out. They created over 1,500 students, 35% increase in student comprehension. That's remarkable. I talked about Children's Hospital. We work with Changi Airport, for example, in enterprise to help firefighting training. We have, when it comes to emergency response, increased knowledge retention 35% and decreased training time with 40%. Manufacturing, we have seen here shortened training times with from 12 months to 4 months for technicians. And even hospitality services, Sandoz Corporation, probably one of the world's largest all-inclusive, they are a leader in Caribbean. We've seen there that a decreased training cost with 35%. So whether it's academia, here are some customers, or industry, the benefits are clear. Now, what can I do for you? How can you join this amazing new development and benefit? It's quite simple. EON has a strategy where we charge $36 per product and month. And we have this for classroom environments up to $36. And the more you purchase, you get also a discount. So for example, if you are 100 users in a department, it's $32. And if you are a full campus with 1,000 users, it's $18. What about this one? What is that? That is, my friends, the grants. And the grants help you to deploy this technology with a huge investment from EON. We can contribute up to 98 and 99%. Now, there's no free lunch. You still have to put some money into it, but it's a fraction. And you have to deploy this at scale. So the grants are designated for scale. We have grants that are focusing on technical vocation and K-12, in R&D and university, or impact for a region, a government, or an enterprise. If you want to learn more about these grants, please reach out to us. It's quite simple. The process is that there is an application online. There's no binding financials or liabilities with the application. If you apply, it takes literally 10-15 minutes. Most questions are multi-choice, and you can submit. And then within a limited period, about 5 days or so, you will see if you get it or not. If you get it, you get a certificate. Then we do a mutual due diligence and we agree. So this goes from rather small implementation, like an entire school, all the way to regions and even entire countries. We've done national rollouts. What are the deliverables? So if I take a national rollout, a regional rollout, they are quite extensive. There are 8 specific deliverables. 1, we provide you the full platform with all the products that I've outlined. Unlimited infrastructure. And this infrastructure works, we use Amazon Web Service. We provide unlimited time duration, unlimited data that you can store. Also, this infrastructure enables you to connect with devices such as Meta, Apple, Magic Leap, Vision Pro, and other that you're very familiar with. But here's the positive thing. We can also, which we couldn't do before, deliver up to 10,000 tailor-made courses. And 10,000 tailor-made courses actually is often sufficient to generate most of the needs for a region, or even sometimes a country. And these are tailored in the localized country, localized language, etc. One thing that's a paradox that I discovered is that in this digital transformation journey, organizations face two challenges. If I'm looking, for example, at a region, on one side, they need to convert to this digital era. They want to go AI-centric, and they need to do it fast. But they don't have the necessary resources to do it themselves. And at the same time, they have a large unemployment among youth. And what we do is we combine those and created a solution under the Learn for Life Academy. So during 3 months, students, interns, and participants get those skills so they can do it themselves. Okay, what does that mean practically? One is real world skills, so hands-on experience, not just theory. Critical thinking, problem solving, the ability to develop this AI-centric solution, and not just learn the technology around it, but actually how do you apply to generate sustainable revenues. International exposure. Just to give you an example, I mentor 90 of these at the moment. And you can see here, if I click on global, because I have, you can see here EON's global interns, and they come from various corners, from Portugal, from UK, from, let's see here, Middle East, Sri Lanka, El Salvador. So all corners of the world, South Africa. So this is a very exciting experience for many of these students, and it's very practical because during these months they get a tangible work experience so they can apply for a job and show this evidence. Now, the best can also apply to work with us. We don't employ many, but we do offer every batch job opportunities, and some of them also apply with the customers. Keep in mind, EON has thousands of customers over the years, and they will be engaged in those projects. But even if they don't choose to do that and choose to apply for a job in the local region, I think their position is a very strong position. And some of them, who knows, may want to do their own business. And that kind of comes into the innovation hub. So what's the difference here? The innovation hub is actually addressing SME or startups that want to use EON's platform and the back end and the software development kit to develop their own products, their own IP. And we offer that. Typically, we do around 40 SMEs per year. So that's quite extensive. And that's 200 over a period of 5 years. And we do also around 20 large corporations. We do provide the grants, and we talked about that previously. We do provide also the access to the marketplace. So you become a part of a family. This family has meets not only virtually, but also physically. Here's an example of the EON Experience Fest. You are invited. Next one is May 3rd. And the specific one that you see here was in Istanbul. What we have there are decision makers. You can build a wonderful network. You can also share your experience, monetize.
EON is a global company.
Let's listen in.
Istanbul is a global city. It's the meeting point of the world. And we saw yesterday and today how it all matches perfectly together. We came from all the continents, from all the different countries, and we're all experiencing what EON is all about. The mission and the vision of education for all that is linked to the new technologies, to artificial intelligence, to virtual reality, augmented reality.
So that's the family you invited to join. You also get all the know-how and resources. There is a process to do this. So to give you a recent example, this contract was signed about a week and a half ago. This is with a partner. So here's an example how EON partners. In this case is ITE. They are Singapore's leading technical vocational training institution. And they basically travel around the world and share their knowledge. Here's our president and MD for Singapore at EON that has partnered together. EON provides the technology and all the goodies that I described. And we have here the institution that provides the pedagogical aspects. And the recipient of this is Odisha, which is a region in India. And you can see that we are, in order to provide this practically, we also have received a whole floor where we launched this center. And the center entails all the elements required to make this a success. The auditorium, where we can host many people. An AI academy that provides the benefits I outlined earlier. The innovation hub, the command center for hosting and infrastructure, the production studio for the content, the job and career center if you want to apply for jobs, the financial management of grants, the marketplace, and the technical pedagogical center. Now, on that note, I will end by inviting you March 3rd. You get the link here. So just contact us, and you can see here the invite. You can see previous speakers, why to attend. You can see videos from previous activities. We have had many illustrative participants and speakers, like Dr. Anthony Chang from Stanford is also working in the healthcare business. Bertil Anderson, chairman of the Nobel Prize Committee. Victor Ponta, former Prime Minister of Romania, etc., etc. So I think it's an event that you don't want to miss. And registration for you, it's going to be free. That's limited. If you want to learn more, don't hesitate to contact me, Dan at EON Reality. You can also reach us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And on that note, I want to thank you. Looking forward to meet you, hopefully face-to-face soon. And until next time, have a good one. Thanks, and bye for now.